Yo, welcome back to another episode of House of Sports podcast. My name is Wayne. Here are my guys, Smoog and Chubbs. In this episode, we're recapping the NFL draft, giving you guys our losers and our winners. Also talking about which rookie class will have the most impact for a team. Talk a little bit of hoops talk, NFL, NBA playoffs, and many, many more things. Fellas, how are we doing today? How are we feeling after this weekend?
We got better this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We got better this weekend. I feel like we all feel like that.
Yeah. So good draft. Good draft. Man.
Really good draft. I'm upset with Smoog's team a little bit. Patriots a little bit. We'll get into why I'm upset with them. Later in the pod. Felt like two of their selections right before, my team selection was a big kicking the nuts because I feel like the guys that they got were like gonna be the guys that we got because we went the same position like in both those rounds. I'll get into what players I'm talking about later, but yeah, overall I'm really happy with what my team did. Got better.
Yeah, I'm satisfied after day one. We kind of addressed our needs for the future more so than anything. Um, when we was on live, I know I was kind of like upset about the Drake May pick. Kind of knew it was going to get him if Jaden Daniels wasn't available. But again, we're going to talk about it to draft another quarterback. After that was kind of questionable, given who was still on the board. But overall, I think Patriots did a pretty good job. In the future is definitely going to be something to look forward to, a team to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good draft overall. A lot of winners, a lot of teams won. I would say. But yeah.
All right, before we get into the draft talk, let's talk about hoops. Suns got swept. Some guy, I think it was 2 to 3 years ago on this podcast, said some young promising player was going to be the face of the league in a couple years. And it turns out he's on the verge of doing that. Dio love that chicken from Popeyes, head ass. But yeah, man, Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves sweep the KD super team, KD Suns, Booker super team. Is this the first time a super team got swept?
I think so.
The supposed super team not even winning a game. Is this the biggest failure in NBA history?
Oh wow. I think so. I think it's one of them because of they made a big deal about this. Everybody made a big deal about this team when they formed in the summer. When they acquired, when KD went there, and then when they acquired Brad Beal, and then they got all these shooters, thinking it was they were just gonna have crazy offense. I didn't think they were gonna get swept, but it is disappointing. Disappointing because Devin Booker is a aspiring, superstar in this league. He's still young. He's in the middle. He's not young,
He's
but
young
he's not
still. He's still young.
still young. KD is KD, like gonna be a Hall of Famer. Bona fide. He's a little older now, but bona fide bucket, bona fide Hall of Famer. And then you expect Brad Beal, who was averaging 29, 30 points at the Wizards, to be more of a role, and he was basically being D'Angelo Russell out there. We're not really doing much offensively for his team, helping out, which sucks because everybody knows what Brad Beal is capable of. I honestly believe he hasn't been there in a while. He succumbed under pressure. He hasn't been, like, Wizards haven't been there. They haven't been in that situation. Last time they're in that situation, it was Russell Westbrook was on his team. And there was a good basketball team. Yeah, he been to it one other time with John Wall, but he hasn't had a lot of playoff experience. And I think it showed. He's in the West. He was doing that in the East, and the East isn't the West. And we all know that. I mean, East is good now. It's way different, but I'm talking about when Brad was playing in the East, when teams weren't like how they are now in the East. So you could win more series in the East. So that's all I'm saying. Was his first experience at Western Conference playoff basketball, and he got a rude awakening. Now, people are going to ridicule him like they have been on Twitter, and it might force him into a new jersey next year because
Bradley Beal?
I think he's going to get so much crap, bro. You don't think KD's getting him off that team?
He's on a $50 million.
Well, he got a no trade clause. He got a no trade clause.
Oh,
So.
then he's
$50
not
million.
going
Yeah,
anywhere.
they're stuck.
He's not going anywhere then. Never mind. My bad. But they did that meme. I saw something before coming here. It was the fake NBA Central. It was NBA Central, and it was a D-book fake story, and it said all missed calls from Bradley Beal and only 2 calls answered for KD. I started laughing. I said somebody got too much time on their hands. But I don't know. It's disappointing. I'm a Brad Beal guy, supporter, and yeah, sad. Sorry, kind of rambled on that one.
No, I agree. I mean, I think more so it falls back on KD more than anybody. I mean, I really honestly wasn't expecting the Suns to win this series, but I also wasn't expecting them to get swept. It's more embarrassing that he got swept by a second-year player, Anthony Edwards. And it was solely Anthony Edwards. He was doing what he wanted out there. He had a lot of highlights when KD was guarding him, Royce O'Neal was guarding him. So I think that regardless of, the fact that he's just a good player, Anthony Edwards, I don't think a big three like that, Devin Booker, we see him. He put up 49. They combined for what KD and Booker combined for 80-something points, but regardless, you don't win a game. Maybe some of that has to do with personnel. Nurkic being your big man, being the only one really grabbing rebounds out there. Plays a role, but at the end of the day, you got a big three. You should at least get one game. That's unacceptable. I wouldn't say this is the biggest failure in Big Three history, but like I said, I did expect the Suns to get one. And I only say that because we didn't see this Big Three play a lot during the regular season. So I mean,
43 games, DL.
That's half the season.
Hey, Wayne,
that's
I'm
not
sending you that now.
Yeah, that's
listening.
That's not a lot of games. So again, no excuse. All these teams are all world players, caliber, potential. Have potential to be individually, but hats off to the Timberwolves. They've been playing good all season, and they're keeping the ball rolling. So yeah, what does this do to? I mean, I'm gonna let obviously you're going to go Wayne, but my question is, what does this do to KD's legacy?
I don't think it does anything for KD's legacy, but I saw something interesting on Twitter. Somebody said KD is really AI and Melo, but he decided to go team up to win a championship. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I don't agree because, I mean, I don't know. I don't like that, actually. I don't like that.
I think if you're going to say that about KD, you got to say that about LeBron, too.
Why would LeBron won one by himself?
Won multiple.
LeBron didn't win his first ring until he teamed up, right?
He did.
And he went to
but he also saw success.
So did KD.
KD, before teaming up, without teaming, he's been to the finals one time. So has AI.
But that's the LeBron era too, though. Like, you know what I mean? That was the LeBron era.
He hasn't been on the same side of the bracket as LeBron, so that doesn't matter.
I mean, would you consider that Warriors team a big three? Kind of. No, that's kind of what he had to go through. The Spurs big three had to go through that too for a while.
He did. I mean, no, he's definitely been a tougher conference, but he's outside OKC. But obviously, when to Golden State, but Nets, he never went to a conference finals. Obviously, that had to do with injuries and a lot of other things. which was a failure. That big three actually won a series yet. So this big three has yet to win a series, and they got swept.
And is this their second year together or first?
This is KD and Booker's second year together, but the big three's first year together.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think if they would have had more time playing together in a regular, getting swept is unacceptable. But winning the series, I just think Timberwolves was a better team personnel wise. I mean, you just got.
No, I agree too. That's why I picked them to win. So
but I wouldn't say he's AI. Like, come on, bro, because he went to that team and still was the best player on that team. So
was he?
Yeah. Come on.
All right, how we feeling about all these other playoff series? The Lakers obviously got a dub. Is it more likely that the Lakers come back or the Sixers come back?
Neither.
Can Braun be the first player to come back from 3-1 and 3-0? It's kind of crazy because the series should be tied.
The series should be 4-0 Lakers.
Stop this.
The Lakers have literally DL.
You guys remember my prediction? It's still possible. Lakers in 7. Come on. It's still possible.
It should. I give it at least 3-1. It should at least be 3-1 Lakers.
They should have won. No, they should have won the first game.
No, because game 3 they got their ass beat. They should have won the first 2 games, but game 3 they got their ass beat.
They should be 3-1 right now.
Whenever the Lakers are up, if you notice, they just start.
They collapse in the fourth quarter.
Random shit, DL. They start doing this shit.
Hey, DL. It's us on 2K.
Just trying new shit.
Like they just get up. Like, I hate when teams do that. You be up, you be winning. You go up 8, you go up 10, you go up 20, and then you just stop doing the shit that you was doing.
Bro, the second you see LeBron put his hands down and not walk back down court, bro, that's when they're about to start falling apart, bro. Because it's just like I feel like D'Lo be just pushing the tempo too much. He be throwing the ball away and don't know when to slow the tempo down. Don't be playing defense, transitions bad. So it's just like they get the lead, get comfortable, and just start doing whatever. So really, realistically, in the past 4 games, they've been up, just losing the lead. So in my opinion, they should have really swept them, but that's just me. But I don't think the Nuggets would get swept. But that's what a big 3 does. They don't get swept. You know what I mean? Who would y'all see the big 3 for Nuggets?
Hey guys, at the end of the day,
Porter,
it's just basketball.
When Braun started talking like that, I'm like, I'm like, you fucking. That's what he made me not want to call him the GOAT. When he started doing shit like that, I was like, all right, Braun, come on, bro. You start doing shit like that, Braun, you be making me mad, bro.
It's just basketball.
Just basketball.
He be getting ridiculed a lot, though. It's like, what you want me to do, bro? I mean, he did go out there and drop 30.
Hey, guys, he gets ridiculed, dropped 30.
But he dropped 30, but let Aaron Gordon drop 20 and 10, just chilling.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Hey, I want to say, remember when we did our awards, I told you guys Naz Reid would possibly win 6th Man of the Year. But I did give them Malik Monk, but Naz Reid ended up actually winning. So, shout out Naz Reid. But let's go ahead and get into this draft, man. Super exciting draft. Everything that went down, what happened. Before we get to like draft classes, I want you guys to give me your favorite pick and your least favorite pick of the draft.
My favorite pick is it would have been my favorite pick if they didn't draft 2 edge rushers, I think, also off the Dolphins. They got Muhammad Kamara, my guy. Yeah, I very highly speak of him.
Bro. He going.
Bro, they got him in Chop for 4 years, 5 years. That's gonna be so nice. They get to learn from Shaq. Shaq Barrett, and they got Jalen Phillips is there too.
Their rotation for their edge rushers is going to be crazy this offseason.
They didn't need to do
this season.
They didn't need to do that. I really like that draft pick. I like Mason McCormick for y'all. thought that was a great pickup for y'all. I was thought very highly of him, hoping he fell a little bit farther, but y'all scooped him up. He's an instant starter. Like there ain't no question about it.
But the Rams had
Um,
4 6 round. My bad, Chris. 4
you're
6
good.
round
You're
picks.
good. Also, what else did I like? Um,
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be like talk about my team, but I didn't like that we drafted a backup quarterback. I mean, I get it, but
Why
I didn't.
not, bro?
I didn't like it in like the 6th round. Do it in the 7th round, especially if the guy you probably really wanted got picked up before a couple picks before that pick. What other pick did I like? Javon Baker. I thought he was hilarious when he got what he said on Twitter
They waited
afterwards.
too long.
He said they waited too long. He said New England fans, bring your popcorn because I make plays that make people in wheelchairs stand up.
I
I was
like
like,
I like
Bro,
that.
outside of Ricky Purcell, he was my favorite receiver in this draft.
I
Outside of
personally
the big three guys.
thought he was gonna if they didn't get him, Patriots like Ravens wide receiver Cole picks like later. I thought like maybe that would have been the guy. Then the Patriots scooped up right before us, and I was like, fuck. But we still got Tez Walker, which I don't love the pick, but I don't hate it.
I like
I'll get more into it when we talk about it. It's like a potential thing. What else did I love? I'll do one more. Damn. I'm not. I'll keep it at that. That's enough. That's enough. I threw out a couple, 3 or 4.
My favorite picks in the draft. I hate it. I love it, but I hate it also because where he went. I love Burton to the Bengals. That's like a match made in heaven. They're gonna do some great things. They got a nice, quick, speedy guy in the slot. Replace Tyler Boyd, even though Jamar Chase is probably gonna be the person in the slot more often than anything. But now that they keep their 3 wide receiver trio with Burton, a lot of speed. Absolutely love that. I also like Josh Newton from TCU going to them as well. So I like what the Bengals did. I love Spencer Rattler to the Saints. Absolutely love Spencer Rattler to the Saints. Then the Saints did a great job. He's going to be the starting quarterback. What everybody thought Desmond Riddler was going to be is exactly what Spencer Rattler is actually going to be. He's going to come in the league. He's going to have some weapons. By week 8, Spencer Rattler will be the starting quarterback for the Saints. By week 8. Love that pickup for them. I also love what you guys did, Chubbs. Again, arguably the best corner just because he had one of the best corners just because he had a bad pro day is going to be like Orlando Brown Jr. for you guys. Was it him who had a terrible pro day?
No, we got the best man corner, and then we got the probably the best zone corner.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who was it? Orlando Brown Jr. who had the terrible pro day?
Orlando Brown had the bad pro day and combine, and we got him in the 3rd round.
Yeah, so it's going to be the same situation with TJ Tampa. Absolutely hate it, but big physical corner. You guys literally tightened up your secondary. I love that for you guys. So that was something that I really loved. And then the last thing that I really liked, I like Trey Benson going to the Cardinals. I like Trey Benson going to the Cardinals. Nice little 1-2 punch they're going to have with him and James Conner. I love that pick. So some of my favorite picks of the draft. Smooth, you got any picks that you absolutely love, hate it, or love? And then we'll get to the week.
Love hate the Sandstro pick from the Commanders. I think they should have won safety. I'm not really sure who was available, but I think that was a decent pick. They did need another DB. Also, like when y'all mentioned to the Lions, I think that was a good pickup for them. Like everything the Bears did, make them better. I think we all knew that Xavier Worthy was going to the Chiefs. I wasn't on whenever it was, the live was going on, but I like that pickup for them. That was definitely with Patrick Mahomes. Something that is definitely something Patrick Mahomes going to take advantage of. I know we're gonna talk about it. Keon Coleman going to Buffalo. That's an obvious one.
Misses.
Needing a receiver. I don't know how productive he's gonna be, but I'll get into that. And it's not because of his skill, but it's just because of other factors. I think I like JJ McCarthy to the Vikings, playing with Jettas. They trying to extend his contract. Jordan Addison, good targets there. A lot of good picks. I don't think I really hate it too much. Obviously, a lot of people hate the Falcons pick first round, but I talked about that. I think that's kind of a security pick. But those was the big ones for me. Those are the big ones for me. I thought it was overall pretty good draft. Looking forward to the season.
Any picks you guys dislike? Besides the Penix one, I feel like we could get into that afterwards, even though I don't hate it.
I personally, and this is I'm going to say a hot take, and I think there's one team that had a terrible draft, and they're going to be in poverty next year as well. Carolina Panthers.
I don't think
I hate their draft.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't. It was because it was already.
The thing is, they reached on Xavier. That's their only really okay, Jonathan Brooks, running back. That's a rookie you're throwing in there, good running back. But everything below, you already have corners. You maybe Javion becomes something. You don't know. It's a rookie, and then I don't know what they did. Linebacker. Don't they have Shaq Lawson still? I mean, they lost Frankie Louvu. I know that. So I just don't like these picks at where they picked them. I feel like way better players were on the board that you could have.
Well, I don't hate Smith Wade at the fifth pick because remember they traded Dante Jackson. They no longer have C.J. Henderson, so they actually did need some cornerback help. I do agree with the Xavier Legette to trade up to get him. One pick to me made no sense. I understand you love this guy, but I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one at all. But they did need a big play receiver because they don't have a big play receiver at all. But I just think trading up that one pick to me just didn't make any sense. I don't think they had a terrible draft, but I agree with you, Chips. They didn't. I don't think they made any massive improvements. And I don't. Xavier Legette is a project at the end of the day. Legette is a project. No matter how freaky he is, he's a project.
I mean, all right. So we're getting into it. I said one team. I can go into other teams I didn't really like their drafts.
Oh, I hated Oakland's their first round pick. I hated Jack.
But they didn't have a choice though.
No, they had a choice. They could have did something else. They could have traded back.
So listen.
They have a choice though.
Listen.
Last year we said they did a great job getting Michael Mayer, who is arguably the top.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So their quarter. Their needs, according to NFL Network, before the draft even started, was quarterback, corner, O-line, wide receiver. And I'm gonna go to the first round and tell you what was picked after him. Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold, Nate Wiggins. What else did I say? Quarterback, and I said, what else did I say?
But you take the next best though.
But they don't need a tight end.
They don't need a tight end. You could trade back. Just trade back. Find somebody that wants that overall pick.
I told you teams be doing this. They picked up a tight. If they needed a tackle, what I'm saying is they did
need a tackle. They could have got a tackle.
They could have got the best one.
That's when they got Brock Bowers.
The most raw and best one. Bro. They could have got Tylee Waga. They could have got Waga.
That's the best, bro. That's what they did.
Honestly, outside of Jackson Powers Johnson, I hate their draft. I mean, Glaze is good. But the Brock Bowers to me is just I don't get it. I don't get Brock Bowers.
But Glaze is good, but you got Glaze in the third round.
It's
my point exactly, Chuck.
They stole Penix and then they panicked. Just
that's literally what happened, DL. Penix wasn't there, and they said, "Oh shit, that was our plan." They thought he was just gonna fall in their lap, or if anything, they would have to trade up.
But my thing is, they could have got the car.
Yeah,
I
they're
can't say his
drafting
fucking
auto.
name. The Camryon. They could have got him in the 5th round. They could have got DJ in the 6th or 7th round.
The best draft pick is Trey Taylor in the 7th round. That's their best draft. No,
Yeah, that is a great pick. Well, no, Dylan Laub is nice. Put some respect on him.
Jackson Powers Johnson is their best draft. 2nd round pick. Got him
I
there.
didn't like it.
Nice.
I didn't like it. What else? Wayne,
that draft is worse than the Panthers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wait. I don't know about you, but I low key, and I'm not hating. I'm not just hating. I don't like what the Bengals did.
You don't like what the Bengals did?
The first, 2nd pick, cool. 3rd pick, they got somebody for the future. Not scared about McKinley. Not. Josh Newton is cool, but other than that, like, I don't know. Jermaine Burton could be something for them. Chris Jenkins could be something for them.
He's going to be good for them. Burton's going to be really good for them. I promise you. He's going to be really good.
You think so? I don't really like their draft either.
Chris Jenkins going to be Chris Jenkins. 1 through 3, I ain't gonna lie. I actually like their draft. I like it. Burton's going to be really good for them.
All right. What about Cleveland?
So the Browns, we'll give it. We'll just go over with the people with the Browns there. We'll stay in the AFC North. It's our division. So Browns got Michael Hall Jr. I like that. They got Zach Zinther. They got Jamari Trash. They got Nathaniel Watson, Miles Harden, and Jawan Briggs.
Their best pick is in the 7th round.
Which
Value-wise, Miles Harden.
Miles Harden. Jamari Trash is going to surprise a lot of people. I'm telling you guys that. I watched him film on him towards that.
That's a good value pick at 5th round.
It's a good value pick. They obviously, the Deshaun Watson, Michael Hall Jr. is going to be good for them too. They need another tackle, somebody they can rotate in as well. It's going to be good. He's going to learn from them. And then anytime they get an offensive lineman, I'm just going to trust it because what their coaching system does with offensive linemen, they breed good offensive linemen. That's what happens. You go there, you're going to be good. And then they also, was it them who signed Mekhi Becton or who signed the Eagles got Mekhi Becton?
Eagles got Mekhi Becton, but I ain't real worried about that. Nobody's that.
How we feel about the Cowboys draft? I hate that one. That's a draft I don't like.
I think they got a lot of like players.
I mean, outside of Cooper Beebe, outside of Cooper, I really don't like it. I think they reached for Tyler Guyton.
I love it, low key.
You love Guyton? He was one. He was in my. He was
Guyton is like a 39th ranked player in this draft, 37th around there. Not bad if you're trying to like rebuild for the future. You just lost Smith, so like, and that was the tackles were going at that point.
That's true.
And Kieran and them were available, but Guyton was ranked higher than them. Then you got Nealon, who was a highly ranked edge rusher in this draft. You got him in the 2nd round. Then you got Beebe in the 3rd. Not really too much, really high on the other 3rd round, but Kalen Carson is a good corner, and you got him in the 5th round. That's a 3rd round, 4th round guy. You got him in the 5th round. Don't know too much about the guys at the bottom. Louisiana Lafayette actually guy is a good, decent guy to have in camp. I know that him at the end. But Cooper Beebe is probably the best player that's going to play right away. I see him instant guy. Guyton won't be instant. He might get a rotational type of thing, get some experience. Then
he better be instant.
I don't see it.
They just lost their tackle. He got to be
throwing him to the Wolves. But maybe pressure will make him a diamond. But Nealon's nice. I like Nealon. But you saw Michael Parsons' reaction to these picks. You know, he's big hating, bro. He's annoying. Huh. He's a little annoying.
The more he talks, the more he gets unlikable.
When I heard that thing, he wanted to be kick returner. I'm like, yo, stop talking. I don't want to hear anything more about this guy.
He dropped 50 in the All-Star.
I do like what the Lions did.
I don't want him kick returning in the league. It's crazy. What?
He just be talking, bro. I like what the Lions did.
4-4. I don't care.
I like what the Lions did with getting. I love the corner from Missouri, Ennis. I loved him. He was one of my favorite corners in the draft. And also they got
Going
Terran
all over the
Arnold.
place now.
No, I just wanted to talk. I was looking at the list. And I just wanted to get back to it. I really love what they did, though. I love what the Lions did. Absolutely love what they did. Getting corners. Obviously, you lost some corners. Obviously, Cam Sutton, which is reported that there's a possible reunion from the Steelers. I don't know how I feel about that, but I like what they did. It's going to be a lot of these two rookie corners to get a lot of things done, but they will have a good pass rush that will help them out with that. So they are going to have a young secondary that we got to watch out for. But
the pick that is most intriguing to me is that guy from British Columbia.
British Columbia,
the tackle. Apparently they went to that international player like combine, and he was the most. He's 6'8", plays rugby. Only played a couple years of football. But he's athletic specimen. So maybe Dan Campbell can get him right. So then they can put him out wide with Dan Skipper, and he's gonna run touchdown until he's gonna score a touchdown.
They probably do some shit like that. All right, so let's start off with taking a look at some draft classes, some of our teams, and let's talk about what we think about these picks. So first one we have is the Commanders. So they got Jaden Daniels, Jerzon Newton, Mike Sandstrill, Ben Sennett, Luke McCaffrey, Jordan Maggie, Dominique Hampton, and Javonte Jean-Baptiste. What do we're going to give their draft class a grade. What will we grade that?
Is that the full one? Hold on. Let me see. Here's that cut off.
Yeah, that's the full one.
It's full one.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Actually, it might be cut off. It looks like there's one more name down here.
Yeah, Brandon Coleman. Pick 67. Guard out TCU. Great guard. Honestly, I would give them. I like what they did. I like Jaden Daniels. I love Jaden Daniels.
Oh, they did pick up a safety.
They did. Yeah, Dominique Hampton, the tackler. Like he tackles. He can tackle. But Jerzon was kind of. I was surprised he fell as much as he did.
Yeah, I think that was.
I did not think he was going to get out the first round, and he did.
And then I'm surprised that the Commanders of all teams were the ones that picked him. Like you have D tackles. Like that's gonna be a crazy.
They don't got D tackles no more.
They still do. They still got both of them.
Allen and Payne.
So that means one of them not getting paid.
They got Allen and Payne. They are all the same positions.
Who was the other one they got rid of?
They got rid of Sweat last year.
Sweat.
But he's at the end.
And Chase Young.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I thought Payne wasn't about to get.
I'll look it up right now. I would tell you their draft class. I mean, their depth chart right now.
But one of them might not be getting paid. So
that's what I'm saying. I thought the rumors was.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year contract. So yeah, he's going after this year. So they just got somebody to replace him. Jonathan Allen is still going to be there with Daron Payne. This is his last year.
They got Durance Armstrong. Fowler is the starting. Dante Fowler and Durance Armstrong are the ends. That'd be interesting.
I mean, they still. It was just them two. They, rotation. Defensive line's rotational positions.
Honestly, I mean, I like this, dude. I really like this.
I like their draft too. I would give it an A. I give it an A.
It depends on what position. What they did. Didn't they get Morris, or they didn't get Morris? That was Jacksonville.
No, Brandon Coleman is the only lineman they got, and he's a guard, and they put him at left tackle on ESPN. So it's gonna be interesting. But overall, I give them an A minus. I give the Jaden pick A. Jerzon pick is probably an A plus based on value. I give that Sandstrill pick probably. I can't even say his fucking name. B plus, A minus. I give the Ben pick a B because you probably get him in other later time, and he kind of reach for him. But that's Zach Ertz's replacement. Coleman, I give that a B plus. Really good lineman. Luke McCaffrey, I give that an A-. It's gonna be your slot receiver out there cooking. Tell you, don't know much about Jordan McGee. I like what I saw on tape, but we'll see. I'm gonna give that a B or C plus maybe.
All right, so I want us to grade the Commanders offseason right now. So obviously they got Dan Quinn. This offseason they got Austin Eckler, they got Bobby Wagner, Marcus Mariota, Zach Ertz, Dante Fowler, Frankie Louisville, Tyler Bidas, the center from the Cowboys, Cornelius Lucas, they re-signed him. They got Jeremy Chin also. They got DeOrance Armstrong, Clinton Farrell. I'm skipping all the other names that aren't important. Nick Algieri, who was a Kansas City Chiefs backup guard, but started in the last couple games in the playoffs in the Super Bowl. Noah Igemu, Jamison Crowder, and that's Michael Dieter, just for some depth. So yeah, this is what they did, and now including this draft class. What would you grade their offseason so far?
B plus, A-.
An A.
I would give it an A too.
They're on the verge of being one of the contending teams in the league.
I said I was on the Commanders bandwagon, especially with them getting Jaden Daniels.
I don't know though how well their receivers will play though, because I'm looking at their receivers, bro.
But you guys had their receivers last year,
huh?
We got Dotson.
Yeah, but Curtis Samuel and whatchamacallit was there last year.
It's Terry,
just Terry,
Jahan,
and De'Ami Brown,
and McCaffrey.
Now they have McCaffrey as the number 3. They actually have McCaffrey as the number 3 receiver.
Yeah, it's gonna be the slot guy.
I don't know if that's enough firepower, bro. I
got to run a game.
Yeah,
improve the offensive line heavily.
If they don't succeed, it will be because of the receivers. I think that they'll, make some.
I don't think Austin Eckler is going to get a lot of rushing yards with that offensive line.
They still got Brian Robinson.
Unproven.
They still got Brian Robinson Jr. Austin Eckler is a third down back.
I know. You said that run game, but you said
I
Eckler.
still got Jamison Crowder too. So I don't know. He's all right.
They probably just got Jamison Crowder back if they got him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think they did pretty good. It's a new era in Washington.
A- for me.
Hey, I'm all in on the Washington Commanders bandwagon. I got them going to the playoffs this year. Next, we got the Steelers. We got Troy Polamalu, Zach Frazier, Roman Wilson, Peyton Wilson, Mason McCormick, Logan Lee, and Ryan Watts.
I'm giving. Oh, my bad. Go.
I was gonna say my favorite pick of this is that we got Zach Frazier. I love Troy too. I knew we were gonna get a tackle. Happy we got him, but I wasn't sure if Zach was going to fall to us. The fact that Zach did fall to us without us having to trade up or do anything, I love it. I think Roman is actually going to be pretty good for us. I do think we need a receiver that's a route technician, which we still are lacking on this team. Because Roman's not a route technician. He's a good deep ball threat and he physical and loves to run. And I think Peyton's going to do some really good things for us as long as he doesn't get injured. So I like all the picks. Obviously, Mason McCormick as well. It's going to be a good pickup for us. But yeah, I like all the picks now. I really wish we would have got a corner in the earlier rounds. That's the only thing I wish we would have done. But we'll see how this corner grouping does.
Peyton Wilson out there running with no ACLs.
Still running 4-5.
That's crazy. I give y'all an A. I like what y'all did. Troy fought for you kind of solidified your line for years. You got Troy, Zach Frazier, and Mason McCormick, and you got Broderick last draft.
The only controversy we're really gonna have is that who's going to play left and who's going to play right. That's what's going to come down. Is Broderick going to go play left?
I think Broderick needs to play left because he actually was left tackle in college and had snaps at there. Troy, yes, was a left tackle, but he was not the blind side tackle for Michael Penix. He was the run side tackle for Michael Penix. So he in the league for Fatanu is a right tackle if he's a right hand quarterback. Like he is a mauler. You've seen the tape. He goes down the hill and he tries to kill you. He tries to put all his force like in his hits. So I think he's a right tackle in this league. I've seen Broderick play left tackle and play it well. So I think that's what's going to happen. You got Zach Frazier at center. McCormick, I probably would put by on left guard. I would put him on left guard side by Broderick and find I don't know who your other guard is. James Daniels, right?
Yeah, we got Jaden Daniels.
James Daniels. He'll probably play right guard.
I don't. Mason's not going to start because we got Samalu, who's actually pretty good for us last year. Mason's probably going to start next year, the following year, because this is the last year with McDaniels. So
I like the Logan Lee pick. I think he had like the most bench reps or something like that this year.
strong 3 tech. Hopefully, he turns to Brett Kiesel. We'll see.
And then I don't know much about Ryan Watts. No, he's from Texas.
Good lengthy corner. Not probably going to see. That's why I'm worried. I wish we would have got somebody earlier, but it is what it is. But yeah, I like what we did so far this off season. Obviously, we improved with quarterback play. Massive improvements there. Just got to see if we're able to get a receiver. If it's Cortland Sutton, I'll settle with Cortland Sutton. But would love Brandon Ayuk. Absolutely would love Brandon Ayuk to be the receiver. You know, they got Ricky Purcell as a guy who can replace Brandon Ayuk. So, you know, we'll see. Let's see what was the next team. Talk about the Dolphins. So Joey's not here, but we'll talk about the Dolphins for him. Obviously, everyone saw on the draft special he was devastated when Chop Robinson was selected. He warmed up to it more and more over the weekend, but he still wishes they would have did something else. I like the Patrick Paul pickup for them. The Jalen Wright pickup, they just like speed. Muhammad Kamara, me and Chubb's been raving about him all year, all off season long. Happy he's not a Raven, but that's gonna be a good pickup for them. Maliga Washington, Patrick McCorris, and then Taj Washington as well. How we feeling about the Dolphins draft class, fellas?
What you think, Dio? You going to see them?
See
me in the street.
I don't think the first pick was a bad pick. Like I said, we kind of talked about it during the draft. But I think they pretty much addressed their needs for the most part. It's not a lot of security picks or a couple security picks. The edge, Muhammad.
Yeah, they got scared. You know, in the playoffs, everybody got hurt, so there's like they didn't have no edge rushers, so there's they didn't need edge rushers.
We're not signing Van Ginkel back.
Baker got hurt in the playoffs too. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't hate it, but I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was one of their best drafts over the years. But I mean, the Dolphins is already a competing team, so we'll see. Make some shake. Our conference isn't that hard to win, so glad our division. So we'll see. I give them a B.
Maybe I'm gonna give them a B plus, and here's why. I wasn't high on Chop. That's why I probably wouldn't be an A minus, but he's still a good player. He's got that speed. He's got what he does pass rushing is the one thing that the other pass rushers on the Dolphins don't have. So like he's a different like Swiss Army knife into that rotation. So with coaching, he could become a force. I'm gonna be honest with you. Patrick Paul, I love that pick. Some people didn't like that pick for that high, but when tackles were getting slim, he is one of the most athletic tackles in this draft. And, he's going to shock people. I don't know how long you have Terran Armstead for. I don't know who's on the right side right now for them. But if he's a guy that can come in right now and play right tackle for you and probably play it well. Jalen Wright, love that pick. Because here's the thing: Raheem Mostert isn't going to be around the whole time. He's starting to get up in age, so this is like a future pick for. It's going to be Jalen Wright and Devin Achane for 3-4 years, possibly being a duo, unless Devin leaves or he gets paid, whatever happens. You never know. Muhammad Kamara, don't need to reiterate, dog. He's gonna be a beast for them. I'm so upset that he didn't get picked up by us. I thought it was a possibility in the round that he got picked up in. Um, but stuff happens. I'm kind of leaning that if he was there, Ravens probably still would have went TJ Tampa because it would have been BPA. So he probably wouldn't have been a Raven anyway. Well, no, he went in the 5th round. So I was surprised he went in the 5th round, honestly. Malik Washington is going to be the sleeper out of this draft class. You got outside receivers in Jalen Waddle and Tyreek. You got your slot receiver right here. Like, this guy is the slot. Like, he is highly effective out the slot. Little 5'9" receiver. So it's go figure. Dolphins love their little receivers. But he's a tough guy, and he gonna get yards. And then Taj Washington, also another small guy. Great. I like that pick. He gonna surprise some people. Don't know much about Patrick McCourse. So I'm overall I'm gonna give him a B plus. I think it's a good draft class.
Yeah, I gave him a B plus. I love the Patrick Paul pick. I was high on him. Muhammad Kamara, as I said before, I was really high on him. I do still think they reach with Chop, but I understand what they wanted to do. They want to be able to get him when they want him later. So if you love that guy, go ahead and get him. I still think they didn't draft as many offensive line needs as I think they will need. Um, so that's my one disappointment with this draft class. They only got one offensive lineman out of here. You have 2 wide receivers. To me, you don't need more wide receiver help. You need more offensive lineman help because you're going to continue having to pay people, and you have to pay Tua. So you're going to have to draft offensive linemen really well for the next couple of years. So, and they also didn't get, in my opinion, a D tackle to replace. So I think Jerzon would have been a way better pick for them versus Chop, especially with getting Muhammad Kamara later on. You got Muhammad Kamara later on. You got that extra edge rusher now, but you still are missing a defensive tackle threat who you just lost your best defensive tackle. Why not get the best run defending defensive tackle in the draft with Jerzon Newton? So that's why, to me, it's a B because even though Chop's a good pick, he's not the best pick for them. The better pick for them, in my opinion, was Jerzon Newton. So, all right. Well, I got to stop sharing because it's on a different email. But next, we're going to go over to the Patriots. So, the Patriots, we got, obviously, they got Drake May.
You want to go over the Kansas City one?
I'll go over that next.
All right.
Next, we got Drake May. They got Jalen Polk, Caden Wallace, Landon Robinson, Javon Baker, Marcellus Dial, Joe Milton, and Jaheim Bell. How are we feeling about this? Smooth, the Patriots guy of the pod. How do you feel about your draft? You obviously mentioned earlier you're very confused by the Joe Milton addition in the same draft as Drake May. Why is that?
I'm just confused because if we're gonna get Joe Milton, we're gonna get 2 quarterbacks. Why won't we just get why wouldn't we just get Michael Penix? Because I feel like Michael Penix is the better quarterback of the 3. Obviously, I think there were a lot of quarterbacks who were still on the board that we could have got if we were going to go for 2 quarterbacks in a draft. A lot of people are big on Drake May. They don't, think he's a bad player for the Patriots system. I kind of see him as Mac Jones 2.0 that can, somebody that can run a little bit better. And again, the competition he played in college kind of wasn't something that raised my eyebrows. I wasn't too big on him. So we'll see what he does. I mean, the rumors are he's not even going to play immediately when he comes there. That's what they're saying. I don't understand that either. We're a young team, but I think that was our worst pick. I think we addressed all of our needs. We kind of picked 2 positions or 2 people at every position that we needed. I like this Jalen Polk from Washington, good receiver. Um, Seems like Baker gonna come in with a chip on his shoulder, ready to play. Young team, so I mean, I we're in a rebuilding process. We addressed the offensive line. We got Taco in the guard. Um, so I think overall, it was a good draft for us. I would give us a B plus, a A. Um, but we'll see this take more effect, in my opinion, over time. It's not going to be an immediate change or immediate shift, but I like it. I like it overall, just not the Drake May pick.
I got
It
some
could be
smoke
a
with y'all.
situation too, though. One more thing. It could be a situation too where they're competing for the spot. Who knows?
Hell no, there's no competition with Drake May. He
I'm
still
just
got the
saying.
50%, so that's who they in competition with.
I got smoke with y'all though. With the Baker and Milton, because I feel like you guys picked 2 or 3 picks before us, same position, and if y'all didn't go those guys, they probably would be in purple right now, more than likely. So, I know Wayne's probably happy that didn't happen for Baker, but I'm jealous, man. I'm giving y'all B plus. Besides Baker, I'm gonna say y'all. You're not even gonna expect this. One of y'all sleeper best picks is your last pick, Jaheim
Jaheim
Bell,
Bell? Yes, sir.
because you guys had a receiving core issue, and y'all brought in Polk, Baker, but you guys brought in a guy that can line up at tight end, slot, outside if you really want him, and he even played running back sometimes. You guys picked up a football player that's going to go out and have experience and difference. He's not going to block anybody very great. That's probably why he wasn't highly rated as a tight end. But he can receive the ball, and he's probably going to give you maybe 300, 400 yards maybe out of a season, maybe 2-3 touchdowns here. But one of them touchdowns might be a crucial touchdown to win a football game. You know what I mean? So that's one of my favorite picks right there, Jaheim Bell. For y'all. Leighton Robinson, shaking my head a little bit because no one had him being a 4th round pick. I think that's where y'all got him. More of a 6th round guy. But you know what? You can't knock it because at the end of the day, every team's boards are different, and if the board falls, that's your guy. That's your guy. You know what I mean? Grades are basically everybody's opinion. At the end of the day, the GMs probably all have their grades being A plus because of how their board is. Because that's how they feel. But I'm gonna give this a B plus, B plus. Just because of the Joe Milton dial, he reached on a few. Joe Milton wasn't a reach. Dial, I don't really know much about. I think he reached on Leighton. I don't know too much about Caden. I know he played tackle for Penn State. Pretty sure, right? Is that a tackle for Penn State, Wayne? Caden Wallace. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I don't know.
Penn State.
So y'all address needs. I feel like more teams, and I'll get into it when we get into Ravens, should go the BPA route with a need in a way. But
yeah,
I liked it.
Listen, man. The one thing the just kind of allude to it, y'all receivers for the past 2 years were terrible separators. Couldn't gain separation, and that was the biggest issue. Polk and Baker can get separation. That's 2 things these guys are really, really good, and Polk is, in my opinion, the lead at getting separation, down the field plays. You get a big arm quarter. You get 2. That's what y'all got. Y'all got 2 big arm quarterbacks. That's what y'all did. Which means y'all are going to throw the ball down the field. Like Chubb said, Swiss Army knife as a tight end kind of H-back type of guy with Jaheim Bell. I like what you guys did. Just some offensive line needs as well. But I love what you guys did with the 2 receivers. Your 2 receiver pickups are amazing to me. I think no matter what quarterback you guys have, you guys with those 2 receivers, you said we're gonna make plays down the field with these 2 guys. So I really like that what you guys did. So to me, I give you guys a draft class A minus. But you guys to me did a really good job with the draft class. I love your receivers. Javon Baker, like I said, was one of my favorite receivers out of UCF. To me, he was a Steeler in my mind, but we didn't get him. You guys ended up getting him. So shout out to y'all on that. Shout out to y'all on that. Next draft class, we're gonna go ahead and get to the Ravens. Let's go, Chubb. So the Ravens, as you know, you guys went ahead and got Nate Wiggins with the first pick of your draft, which is something that you were happy about when we were on the draft doing. But let me go ahead and get all the picks you guys had. So you guys had Nate Wiggins, Roger Rosengarten. Hope I say his name right.
Yep, you did.
Adias Isaac, Tez Walker, T.J. Tampa, Rasheen Ali, Devin Leary, Big Devin, Lamar's replacement, Nick Samick. It's a Nas Kane safety from Purdue.
Hate you, man.
Talk to us, Chubbs.
I love this draft. Typical Ravens, man. Man, I love when you're after your three picks, your first three picks. I love it when GM says we're going BPA regardless of position. That sounds like a football team that knows what the hell they're doing and are always good consistently because of how they handle drafts year in, year out. And that's what Ravens do. They look at the board and it might not be a need, but if it's a player they cannot pass up on, they take them no matter what. And if it lines with need and a couple, they take them. I love Nate Wiggins' pick. He's gonna be he's what we don't have in the secondary right now. People are talking about his weight. We don't have a guy that's out there just going out there to cover. We already have guys that can go out there and tackle in Marlon and Brandon. You know what I mean? We got our physical corners. We don't have a speedy guy that's going out run around with. No, I'm saying Tyreek, but like that's just the first name that pops up because a fast guy. A guy like Tyreek, a guy like Jamar Chase, a guy, the big, the fast guys, the elite guys. Marlon is past his time. Marlon's going to play slot more than likely, which is what he needs to do because he's a really good tackler. So he's near the box. So that's a great pick. Roger Rosengarten. I love that pick. Only thing that scares me in a way is he was the blind side, for Penix. So he's a pass blocking guy. Now, I trust
the national championship.
I know I trust our offensive line coaches, to him be the right tackle, not the blind side, be the right tackle and develop him into being that right tackle, for this year. He might be the left tackle next year when Ronnie's gone. So you never know. So I love that pick. Adisa, I wasn't too excited at first, but I understood the pick. Edge was a need. Edge was definitely a need for us. And he dropped for some unknown reason. He was a early day 2 guy. He was around the big board 40, 45, 50 range. Early to mid round second pick projected. Got him late third round. That's great value. That's great value. Has a bunch of accolades from his previous last season, first team Big Ten, defensive MVP for Penn State's football team, which is a pretty big accolade. So, I like that. I was a little worried at first because I don't love Penn State pass rushers that aren't named Micah Parsons. I've said that. They scare me. None of them have really, really done anything if they're not Micah Parsons, and that's a fact. The only one that's close that's been productive, I think, is Gross Matos. He's a DN. He's not an edge. But I like it. A lot of young guys still in that rotational pass rush. Maybe something shakes. Tez Walker. Like I said, I told Wayne, I don't hate it. I don't love it because I believe that pick probably a couple 3 or 4 picks before they weren't expect Baker to go to Patriots. Probably would have been Baker, but I'm not mad. Tez Walker is a flyer. He runs a 4.36 and he has a 40-inch vertical. They comped him to like a Torrey Smith type, and I love that. I love that. We need someone to take the top off of an offense that's not Rashad Bateman, so Rashad Bateman can worry about getting to the 10 to 15-yard routes, not the let me run by the guy, because that's what he was doing a bunch of last year. Even though he was winning those separations, you can watch the tape. He was getting by him, but he wasn't getting those looks. Now he can focus on back to what he was doing his first couple years, moving the chains. TJ Tampa, love that pick. Great value. I'm glad he had a bad pro day, because if he didn't, he probably would have been picked in the late first round, early second round pick. Great value. 4th round pick, got him. He's gonna be a starter within the next 2 years. 100%. Him and Nate Wiggins for years to come. Brandon Stevens probably gone now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
they're not getting
Marlon. He's there to be the mentor guy.
Marlon's gonna be there for whenever he retires. I really see that. They're not gonna kick Marlon to the curb. I don't see that happen. Stevens is gonna outplay his contract like he did this year, if he were to get paid this year. So I think Stevens is gone. I love this next pick, Rasheen Ali. Monken's going into a zone type of running scheme, and this is the exact type of running back that is a zone running back. When Keaton gets back, the rotation between Derek, Keaton, and Rasheen is going to be crazy. And you still got Hill. Still got Hill. He was the FBS 3rd leading rusher last year in yards. I don't know what he had touchdowns wise, but he's very productive. My least favorite pick is the next pick, Devin Leary. I don't know why the hell we went quarterback in the 6th round. Go quarterback 7th round. I don't think this guy was getting drafted. And the real reason why, Wayne, I hate it out of all is if you're going to quarterback around that time, Michael Pratt was there. Go get Michael Pratt to be your backup quarterback. Don't get Devin Leary.
Is Michael Pratt mobile?
Devin Leary's not mobile. He doesn't run the football. I don't know why we picked him. If we're trying to get mobile. So Michael Pratt was a better quarterback. I would have went him. I like Samak. That's like just a rotational, like interior lineman center. In case Linderbaum gets hurt. He's very gritty. Like that pick. Safety. I don't know much about him, but I watched tape. He comes down and plays like a Raven. He comes down and he hits you. You're gonna feel him. Like this guy. Every clip I saw was like him just coming down, hitting the guy hard as shit, and I loved it. And I don't know if y'all saw Ravens picked up Bo Braid, the other safety that fell out and was undrafted. That was supposed to go like 5th round, 4th round. So I'm super happy with my draft class overall. I wish we got another edge. Like I wish we got Jalen Green from JMU, even though he got hurt. Guy had 17 sacks last year, and he's still not signed by anybody. Crazy. I would have loved that in the late round, or Solomon Byrd from USC. Would have loved that in the late round, but we went quarterback. So, yeah, I give us like an A-.
Yeah, I give you guys the A, man. I really like what you did. To me, still in the draft, you guys getting TJ Tampa. It's freaking still. Pro days aren't everything.
That's like a recurring theme.
The people don't have good pro days. Y'all like, we watch film. They look good. We're picking them.
Exactly, because it don't matter.
That's what you guys do. And then next thing you know, they're Pro Bowlers and all pros.
You know what Eric DeCoste says. At the end of the day, it's just football.
Yeah. And I remember when they had the bad pro day, we came on here and said, "Yo, don't worry about that. He's a good player." Like, it's crazy. I absolutely hate it, man.
Well, y'all can talk about. I know I went on like 20 minutes about that, but it's my team. 25 probably.
No. I love what the Ravens did, man. I really like what they did. Like I said, TJ Tampa to me, one of my favorite. I like Nate Wiggins for you guys. He's a little small, but he's physical. Even though how little he is, he's still he's still physical.
He reminds me of Marcus Peters, but discipline.
I didn't watch him get cooked by Keon Coleman in the FSU game though. Did watch that. But no, I like that. I like Ted. I think Ted's gonna be good. You said what?
I saw a lot of him locking down though, like a lot of people.
Yeah, Johnny Wilson, not fucking Keon Coleman. I'll tell you that.
You
I
said
watched
one
that game.
game. I'm talking about other games. He was locking down majority
Oh,
of people.
no. He lied on other people. I'm just saying because he's a Raven now, so
I'm
I gotta
pretty
get
sure.
my hate
Didn't he
on
lie?
before.
I thought he played against Marvin Harrison and had a pretty good game against Marvin Harrison.
He did too. He did. But no, I like what y'all did, man. I'm happy you guys did not get Joe Milton. I'm still mad he went to New England too. I want to see him go to a different team to like develop and potentially, give them a chance. But yeah.
Because Ravens put them backups in when they get like 13, 14 wins towards the end of the year. I'm like, God damn, just let Lamar cook.
He not the healthiest player, so you gotta take it where you can.
But the last one that we didn't talk about your KC Chiefs, but we don't need to pull.
Now I'm putting them up right now.
Typical Kansas City.
Why are the Bills? Why are the Bills trading with them?
Stupid, bro. you know what they said? You know what they said? You know what I saw when that happened?
What?
The meme when after they picked Xavier Worthy at the trading with the Bills, it was Anthony Edwards to the Bills. It was like, I'm like, oh my god.
And people are like,
why trade with
somebody
him?
was like, is he more Tyreek Hill or more Miko Harmon? So Miko Harmon really fast, but never really amounted to nothing.
He's more John Ross.
You said what?
He's more John Ross.
That's hate. He's a good football player. Actually, I was watching like the very first game. I was showing like Caleb Williams when he came in when they played the Texas versus Oklahoma. When Caleb Williams just came in and started and won that game over Spencer Rattler and took his position. Like in that game, Xavier Worthy was going fucking crazy. He was only a freshman. I was watching it. I'm like, yo, Xavier Worthy is going insane. He's a hell of a ball player, man. Hell of a ball player. Love that for the Chiefs. More importantly, I love Kingsley falling to the Chiefs.
I'm so mad.
Y'all
got him.
Them getting the tackle. Love that. Love the Jaden Hicks pickup as well. Jaden Hicks is a really good football player. Good safety. Going to develop. One thing the Chiefs do is develop safeties. And then Kamal. I know you hate Kamal going there, Chubbs.
Yo, Kamal's nice. I like him. He's gonna be nice for y'all.
I know you hate Kamal going there.
Give him a year and he'll be starting on the opposite side.
The Chiefs develop DBs. That's one thing they do. So I love Washington and Kamal both going there. Love that for them. So it's some really good things. Really good things. I give them a B plus. I don't mind giving everybody an A, but I'll give them a B plus for this draft.
Besides, I'm giving y'all a B, in my opinion. I like the Kingsley. Kingsley and Kamal are probably my favorite picks. I know why you guys got Xavier. Like I said, it's probably the guy they wanted, but I don't think Buffalo was picking Xavier Worthy. So you didn't really. You didn't really need to trade up. You could just wait to 32, kept it cool. Unless you thought like the Ravens would have maybe did it, because I saw a lot of traction going that way as a potential, and I didn't want that to happen. But people were like, "What if you put that 4.21 speed with Lamar, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, blah blah blah?" They were talking about it. Didn't want that, so maybe they thought that was a possibility. So they traded up right in front. But I don't think that's what the Ravens would have done anyway. But I'm just shaking my head because, like, what did they give up? They gave up another pick to move up, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they did.
I give that pick a B plus. It's not like an A plus pick, like, you know what I mean? Which is why it outweighs, the overall grade. I like the Kamal pick. That's like an A minus for me. Kingsley pick's an A pick. I'm not familiar with the other guys though, as much as I would like. Oh, Jaden Hicks is a good pick. That was a good value right there. That's a good pick right there. But the other one, I'm not too familiar with the Holy Cross guy. I think he's a lineman, so that's just like rotational guy. Penn State guy is a rotational guy. Not sure who the TCU fella is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not familiar with his game, but I
Jared
give.
Riley. He actually played well versus Colorado.
A lot of people play well against Colorado. I give it like a B plus. Probably B though.
I get a B plus. That's what I
Where
gave.
did Kyrie Jackson go?
Kyrie Jackson, I think, is a Viking or a Charger. I'm not. He got picked in the 3rd round.
He's a Viking.
Viking, yeah, that's what I thought. Viking or Charger.
He's a Viking. All right. My next question for you guys is, what team's rookies will have the biggest impact? So we know last year the Lions, obviously, their rookies had the biggest impact. What team's rookie is going to give us Lions type of production, in your opinion?
I think Wiggins gonna play a lot. I really think he's going to play a lot, and you're putting him around a lot of good football players. I think that breeds success typically for rookies. Look what JPJ did last year around a good defense. He flourished. So I think Nate Wiggins is possible to have that type of season. I also love Latu with the Colts. They already have somewhat of a pass rush. They got the D line. Now he can just go and be free. Really like him on that team. I think he can have that type of impact.
So not player. I'm saying that class. So that team's rookie class.
Huh?
So that team's rookie class. What team's rookie class do you think is going to have the biggest impact?
It has to be Chicago.
Oh.
Chicago.
Damn.
Was after like their first 3 picks are really the only 3 picks that's going to.
It's got to be Chicago.
Not play, but play the most.
They got Kieran also.
Right away. Yeah.
It has to be Chicago.
They get Kieran. So outside of Chicago, anybody else? I got the Colts, Latu, and Adion Mitchell.
I mean,
I think Austin Booker.
The Commanders and the Patriots.
Who are we? The Commanders.
I feel like they're going to play right away.
I'll find one.
Yeah, I think they're going to play right away. And when players play right away, they got the opportunity to, have more plays, more highlights, develop better. So I think, those three teams with the best draft class, we said, honestly. We can all who do we say had the best draft class of the entire draft?
I'm gonna throw somebody else in there before you go best draft class. I think the Saints rookies are gonna have a significant impact with Fuaga, Kool-Aid. I think Spencer's gonna play a lot. Somebody that me and Chubb said a lot about, Christian Boyd, is gonna get some minutes in there. Oh shit!
Eagles.
Yep, never mind. Yep, it's the Eagles. Queen Mitchell, Cooper, Jalen Hunt, Will Shipley. They got Jeremy Trotter too. Big Johnny Wilson.
Eagles gonna have a good class.
I'm gonna throw us in there too.
Steelers have a good class. I would have threw Ravens in, but I just think three of them are gonna play significant time, and that's gonna be Wiggins, Roger, and Tampa. I think. Well, no, decent too. 4 of them actually.
There's gonna be a lot of teams that's gonna be in conversation this year, bro.
I like the Bucks draft class too. I like Braswell. I like Burton. I like McKillen too. And I'm a big Bucky Irving guy, so I like that. Oh, I just want to say, Titans. Sweat was a reach. Sweat was
second round.
Second round. Sweat was a third, fourth round.
Hey now, don't sleep on the Rams. They had a great draft.
I'm not. I already told you this. I'm not a huge Fist guy.
But I'm talking about Corum, Cameron Kitchens, Brennan Jackson, Tyler Davis.
I was looking
a
at
good
that
tackle.
too.
Jordan
I was
Whittington, a
looking at
good wide receiver. Bo Lemire, great guard center, and they had a good draft.
a lot of good drafts. A lot of good drafts.
I hate the Chargers.
You hate the Chargers draft? All right, Chargers draft. Joe Alt. That was probably one of the surprise. That was a surprise until obviously Michael Penix, and we'll talk about Michael Penix. You hate it? You don't like Cam Hart going there?
I like Cam Hart. All right, I'll tell you what picks I like. Obviously,
I don't like Lad. I don't like the loud Lad.
Joe Alt is a great tackle, but you could have got a tackle where you got Lad, and you could have got Malik Neighbors if you wanted a receiver. But you know what? Greg Roman has influence. He's got pull. He said, "Give me a tackle." He's, what do you want, Greg? You want a receiver that has all this athleticism in the world? All you gotta do is, throw it up. He's gonna get open. Or do you want a 6'6" left tackle? Give me the 6'6" left tackle, Jim.
Is that John? No, what's his name?
That's Jim. That's Jim.
Jim always builds off his offensive lines and has a great running game to start. So,
but I don't love it. Tarheeb was a little bit of reach. Justin Akobe Juby, I'm kidding. That name is a little reach. Junior Colson, that's a homer pick. That's a homer pick. Vidal's good. Rice is not. This proved Rice was not. What people thought he is. They don't view him high. He got picked because he was falling down. His name is Rice. And then they got another Michigan guy. So I don't like it too much. I give them like a C+, B-.
Yeah, we would say they had the worst draft. No, you said who did you get the worst draft?
Raiders got the worst draft. Raiders got the worst draft, or the Panthers. No, Panthers got a bad draft.
You hate the Panthers draft. I don't hate it. I give because the Ravens did get Jackson Powers Johnson, but Xavier Legette turns out to be DK Metcalf. Is it a bad draft?
That was funny. No. I mean, yeah. I mean, I told you that was the one good player. I mean, really, Brooks is okay. But I feel like they had other needs they could have addressed to help the team now.
Yeah,
unless they're trying to lose to get a top 5 pick next year.
One thing I was confused about, I want to talk about the Jaguars drafting both D tackles from LSU. Didn't like that. And they had an LSU heavy draft.
They're weird.
I like Brian Thomas Jr. though. That's a great pickup for Trevor Lawrence, who just got his 5th year option picked up. So shout out to him.
Packers had a good draft. Yeah, I'm good.
Before we get out of here, are there any off-season moves we think will happen in the next coming weeks?
I wouldn't be surprised if OBJ resigns with the Ravens.
You don't think he becomes a Dolphin because they got Malik Washington?
I saw something somewhere. Somebody tweeted at OBJ, and he was flirting with the idea of coming back to Baltimore, and apparently, and this is why I think there's a possibility this happened, is Kyle Van Noy asked for number 3 when he was getting a new number after signing with the Ravens, and they told him no.
Interesting.
So he came out on Twitter and put 453 was the number, and somebody was asking him. He said, "I tried 3, but he made a comment was gotta leave it open if Odell comes back." So that makes
Okay.
me believe that the conversations are happening. That's why Odell didn't just sign with the Dolphins right away.
Do you
Like,
want him?
Not for the amount of money we paid last year. I wouldn't mind bringing him in for like 4 or 5 million 1 year deal to be the vet guy to be the vet guy again. You know, obviously you're not going to have a huge role. I know OBJ does not want to be like a slot receiver, but like let Rashad and Zay be the outside guys and develop a new role a little bit. You know what I mean? Something you're not like, I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. I think he was good for the locker room.
That's how I feel about Pat Pete. I think we're gonna bring Pat Pete back for developmental reasons of all these corners we're about to have, because we saw what he did with Joey Porter Jr. Essentially guided him to being one of the best rookie cornerbacks. So
Yeah, I would like to have him back. I don't know what I can't like predict anything else. Like there hasn't really been rumors. So my team really can't do much. We only got $5.5 million.
Brokies.
Might have less because Ty's Bowser's being a little baby.
What y'all want him to restructure? He won't do it.
No, we released him and he's filing grievance.
What?
Yeah, we released him and he's filing grievance. And the Ravens might only have $3.5 million, not 5.5, because apparently the Ravens did not pay him when he was hurt. Allegedly.
So y'all bad franchise, but
I don't know about that now. It's allegedly.
That's me hating. All right, fellas. That is the end of this episode. Is anything else y'all want to talk about before we get up out of here?
Nah.
All right, Smooth. Anything you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, man?
Nah, man.
All right, we'll see y'all back on Friday. Talk some hoops, talk some more football. Hopefully some moves get down. But until next time, man, my name is Wayne. We'll holler at y'all. We'll talk to y'all later, man.